the Magnificat. This is Mary's song. I want to share something that just happened this morning. Over the last couple days, there was a powerful speaker doing the Advent mission over at St. Mary's in Juan Diego. And Father Zach, he was talking about the one thing that struck me was he said that, have you asked Jesus what he wants for Christmas? Like, I never thought of that ever before. Isn't that a neat thought? And so I thought, the last 24 hours, I just started thinking about that. So I took it to prayer and I said, Jesus, what do you want from me this Christmas? And in silence. And I'm not one to talk about I hear this or that. I mean, I'm really I'm more left-brained, medical, scientific evidence, right? But what kept coming up for me was, my soul magnifies the Lord. My soul magnifies the Lord. And it just kept coming up. Magnify, if you look at the gesture, the sign gesture for magnify is to show with your fingers, your eyes, looking down. It would look like this. And then raising it to a higher level. Let me show you. It would be looking at something and then raising it to a higher level. That's to magnify. Now, when Mary encountered Elizabeth, this was what she said, right? My soul magnifies the Lord. So then I said, what does that mean? Like, I started getting an interior sense that Jesus was saying, I want you to magnify my soul. That makes sense. But how do you do that? Like, what does that mean? So at 5 o'clock this morning is when the answer came, and I want to share it with you. I wanted to print it, but my printer didn't work this morning, so I'm going to read it to you. Now, I have a relative who's a priest who's in Brazil. I want to share with you what he sent me at 5 o'clock this morning. Now, he doesn't normally send me things at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I honestly believe that it came because to share it with you. And this is what he sent. Be the person who breaks the cycle. If you were judged, choose understanding. If you were rejected, choose acceptance. If you were shamed, choose compassion. Be the person you needed when you were hurting, not the person who hurt you. Vow to be better than what broke you, to heal instead of becoming bitter so you can act from your heart, not your pain. And I thought, that's the answer. Like, when we begin thinking about how to magnify the Lord, be the person that breaks the cycle. Do the things that are on here. Question, Jesus, what do you want from me for Christmas? Answer, your soul to magnify me. How do I do that? Just as I asked myself the question of how to do that, Father Charlie, you sent this message. I guess this is how to magnify the Lord with my soul. It makes a little more sense to me. Happy feast day. So these are the little things that happen when we open ourselves up to God's grace. Not a day goes by that stuff like this doesn't happen if we listen, if we're awake, if we are connected to God.
My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God.
My Savior is to break the bonds. There's a breaking of the bonds. We're free.
With faith
on the
humility of His Son.
How do we serve one another?
And
From now on, this day, all generations
for me.
And finally, holy is his name.
And holy is his
To be holy